Hey everyone, welcome back. My name is Zane and today we'll be going through Morpheus.Network. Before we continue with this video, allow me to declare that this video is not financial advice. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes and for educational purposes. Morpheus.Network is an all-new blockchain solution that aims to remove many of the complexities that underlie the supply chain processes. For example, when a document needs to be shared with multiple institutions, it can be uploaded directly onto the native blockchain where it can be viewed by multiple parties, but cannot be tampered with or inadvertently altered. Now, this not only results in the elimination of a lot of paperwork, but it can also help to create significant saving in time and costs for all of the involved parties. Some of the core areas of Morpheus is being able to help the supply chain setup includes automation, optimization, security and privacy, and visibility. Now, right now, the token is actually $1.54. Now, since its ICO, it's actually fallen quite a bit. It's actually fallen by more than 50%. It's gone from an average price around $4 to where it is currently at $1.54. The question is, can this change? Because within the last 24 hours, it's actually been fluctuating quite a lot. We've seen some positive movements, but we've also seen some negative movements. Now, taking a closer look at the price, it actually makes more sense because it's been consolidating for the last few days. So what we're going to do is that we're going to actually look at this crypto within the last few days, and I'm going to show you some of the patterns that I'm noticing. But first, we have to associate with the ceilings and the patterns. There's multiple ceilings, multiple patterns. Where we are right now, I'm actually noticing that it's actually quite close to the floor. And it's been consolidating mostly around the 9th of January, so that was yesterday. The interesting thing about that consolidation is because there's multiple indications that the price wanted to break through. There's multiple times when the price was hitting the ceiling. This would be between $1.65 and $1.70. The price actually was showing some strong indication of breaking out in that period of time. But during this consolidation, it actually was finding the floor quite a lot of times as well, 3 times to be exact. And this all started from the 8th of January. Between the 8th and the 10th of January, that was plenty of consolidation. Majority of that, what you're seeing there is just consolidation. Means that the price was basically steady. But the price started to hit the floor a couple of times on around the 10th and quite recently the 11th, depending on which time zone you are in. If you're in Australia, this will be the 11th for you, but I'm living in the UK, so it's the 10th for me. So is there any positive indication that the price could actually go back up anytime soon? Now, if you look at the price over a long period of time, it's actually trending downwards massively. In order for this to make any positive price movements, I would need to see some big announcements in the ecosystem of Morpheus.Network. Some sort of positive news will have to generate this price rise. In order for there to be another price rise, there would have to be some positive momentum being thrown into Morpheus.Network. There was one period of time quite recently around the 6th of January where we did see some positive price movements. We actually saw that the coin actually went from $1.62 to around $1.85. That was quite impressive. So bear in mind that this was on the 6th of January. So it's in this year. After that, it actually had a huge fall off in price. And since then, it's just been consolidating. Plenty of consolidating around the marks of $1.65. Now that's considerably good because maybe it's actually finding its true value. That's actually a good thing in the long run because I do believe it's been trying to find its true value for quite some time. Take into consideration that it wasn't too long ago, at the start of January, it was also consolidating quite a bit. There's plenty of consolidation, and this was actually around the price of $2, actually quite impressive. So this is the interesting thing. Within the space of less than a couple of weeks, we've seen 2 brief consolidation. These are the consolidation period within the last 10 days, and that's less than 2 weeks. That's just the start of the year, and we're already seeing some strong consolidation. And what's happening there is that it's trying to find its realistic price. And that's one of the major reasons why the price actually plummeted towards the floor even more. Keep that into consideration as well. Because what might occur is that we might see the price actually fall down to the floor once again. But notice the patterns, notice the patterns that After a brief period of consolidation, it usually has a fall off point, and there's usually not a strong recovery. But what we're seeing right now is that there's a strong recovery, which means that this is our resistance line. We have a strong resistance line right there. Let's put that in green because that's a positive. We got a strong resistance line around the $1.44 or $1.40. That's good. That's a strong resistance line. But overall, it's still trending down. You have to consider the math. You have to consider the history that it is trending down, and it will most likely keep on going down. But I'm seeing strong resistance, which is what matters most. I'm also seeing strong resistance around the 9th of January, 9th and 8th of January actually. So there could be a case that it could continue to consolidate. However, I must say within the last few hours, it's been in and out of a consolidating period. It's been back into a trade, which means that there's more money going into the market, more volume being added to the market, which is why I feel like we're actually leaving the consolidating period. We're actually leaving that zone. What happens next is anyone's best bet. You could never really tell. But given that it's actually really volatile, I'm actually going to say it's going to keep on falling down. In order for the price to actually rise back to where it was, to even $2, I need to see some positive indication. But not just that, but there needs to be positive news being released from the token itself, which would be good. Now let's continue with a little bit more information about Morpheus. Morpheus.Network is able to provide a high level of automation within existing supply chain by deploying smart contracts. These allow for the execution of predetermined automated work contracts, as well as enable streamlined integration, international payments as per pre-arranged financial terms between all of the involved parties. Now, additionally, the platform can be fully integrated within the Walton chain, a unique blockchain service that is compatible with technologies such as RFID tags, SIA, and helps verify the transfer of data as a single object within a supply chain. From a mandatory perspective, Morpheus enables suppliers, manufacturers, and exporters to send and receive money across 200 nations using their local fiat currency. This is made possible through the SWIFT transfers that are currently popular all around the world. So obviously that's some more additional information on the token. Now there is 47 million token in circulating supply, and that's 99% of all tokens in max supply. The circulating supply is verified, but the max supply and total supply could differ. But nevertheless, it's going to be quite interesting to see where this coin goes into the future. And overall, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching until the end. I really appreciate that. Subscribe to see more, leave a like, and if I missed anything, leave a comment. Let's have a discussion. And I will see you in my next video.